Okay, good morning everyone. It is Thursday, August 5th, 2021, and we're going to get started here with our pre-market analysis on the S&P 500 futures market. One thing that I do want to quickly point out here is yesterday we did have, although we did expect more sideways price action, we did have a lot more bullish indications than we did have bearish indications, if anyone remembers yesterday morning. And we did hold 50% of the previous day. So 43.91 was 50% of this whole leg here. And we did hold it, sometime in the late morning there. And it looked like we were actually going to go ahead and bounce out of there and maybe continue to push higher. But, things are basically, they attempted to push higher and then it's been completely sideways all throughout Globex, through the overnight, and in the pre-market here. So things are still looking pretty ugly here. I don't expect there to be any very strong bias this morning, but let's go ahead and dial up to our ultra high time frames and take a look at the whole picture and see what's going on here on the charts. Our quarterly, same exact story as it's been for a long time now. And same thing on the monthly. Both of them look very strong. No indications of exhaustion. And then on our weekly here, we did talk about that potential bearish indication. I guess you could officially call it a bearish signal there off the previous weekly high. But now we do have the counter indication off of the lows that we made just a few days ago. And so we have somewhat of a bullish indication here on this new weekly candle. And if we do stay up above, let's say the low of this candle is 65.25. If we stay up above 65.25 here today and tomorrow, this will end up closing out looking exactly like it is right now and potentially have a nice clear bullish divergence. And keep in mind, like I said yesterday, for the few days now, we could still pull back 100, 120, 30, 40 points and meet with this low here at 42.24 and still have a potential clear bullish signal. So we don't want to rule out a potential deeper pullback because we would still see the same signal there. So there is that caveat on top. When we get to our daily, you can see that we do have a lot more bullish indications on every attempt to go lower here than we do have bearish indications off the highs. We got one clear bearish indication back on the July 29th daily candle, and then from there we did get a pretty nice pullback, and then never really continued to follow through, and then we got the bullish indications off the lows. And here we are. Let's count this up now. Here's today: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days we've been stuck in essentially 43.70 to 44.17 here. So, it's about time for the market to make its mind up and find a direction here, either to break to the upside or break to the downside, or break a little bit up to the upside and have some type of healthy correction here, because this is getting very, very boring here. For this morning, we do have a bullish indication off the previous daily low, and that's really the only indication that we can read into here. So bullish off the previous daily low at 91.25, which, like I just mentioned earlier, that 91.25 was essentially exactly 50% of the previous day's price action from the day before that. And we did hold. So we had the bullish indication. They pushed, they pulled back, they held 50% of that whole leg, and then attempted to push into the Globex here off of that low with the bullish divergence on the daily. Let's take a look at the 4-hour, and the 4 hours agreeing with the daily, the nice bullish indication from 2 days ago, and now a bullish indication from the low we made in yesterday's market, again off of that 50% retracement level, and now this slow attempt to push higher. And then we did have a little bit of a bearish indication off remember the overnight high from yesterday when we were going into the open. we did say there was a bearish indication there. So ideally, we did want to get through that for any type of bullish case. They never did. They pulled back and then got that bounce. So let's go down to the 60-minute here. 60-minute also did have a bullish indication from 2 days ago, the low from there. We did not necessarily get the cleanest bullish indication off the previous daily low like we saw on the 4-hour and the daily. So that's the one time frame so far that is not agreeing with that one bullish indication, or with the two bullish indications that we got here at 91.25. And then outside of that, really nothing else to be said in here. It's just very choppy. You can see that right now off of this low that we made right around 44.01. We do have the first indications of a bullish divergence from that low. So if I go back to the 4-hour, there's not enough resolution to really see. But when we get to the 60-minute here, we do have the potential for this to be a bullish divergence, assuming we can hold above the low at 44.01. So that's going to be important to keep in mind here. When we go back to these lower lows, there's still, like I said, no bullish indications from those lows. But we do have it here off 01. So let's take a look at our intermediate time frames, see if we're getting any agreement with what we just saw on the 60-minute there. Let's go to the 30-minute, and yes, 30-minute does have a bullish indication from these more local lows that we've made in the last few hours here. So that 01 is going to be important. And just taking a look at anything else I'm seeing, we do have the bullish indication from the previous daily low on the 30-minute. So there's, your daily, your 4-hour, your 30-minute, all showing the bullish indication from that low. Pretty good agreement there. And then just looking kind of at these overnight lows from here to here, there's somewhat of an argument to be made that you do have some bullishness off the overnight low itself. Actually, I might have to take that back. Yeah, actually, there is nothing there. So I'm going to have to eat my words there. So we really don't have, well, we do have the bullish indication from that previous daily low, that 50% retracement area. And then we do have the bullish indication from the more local low over here around 44.01. So you can see we pushed down lower, but this has pushed up higher here. And so we're still have that bullish indication from 01. That's going to be a level that we want to see hold this morning for the bullish case. And let's go down to our 10-minute just to see. And the 10-minute also agrees with the bullish case off the previous daily low. Again, you can see here's the big leg from about 43.64 all the way to yesterday's, or all the way to 2 days ago's high on August 3rd. And then we pulled back right to the 50% there. Again, bullish divergence on essentially every time frame except the hourly. And so pretty good multi-time frame signal there. And then here we are over at 44.01, and we have the bullish indication on the 10-minute as well. So we've got the 10-minute, the 30-minute, and I believe the 60-minute all showing a pretty decent bullish divergence off 01. That's going to be an important line in the sand there for any type of bullish case. Doesn't mean that we can't pull back deeper and then bounce and still have some type of bullish push out of this chop zone. But we do want to keep in mind that that is probably going to be a pretty good line in the sand there at 44.01 for this more local signal. So I think that pretty much wraps everything up for this morning.